Good morning, Namaskar. Good morning, everybody. This is Engineer Suraj Singh speaking from Bharat, India. On this day, August 22, 2021, Sunday, also festival known as Rakhi Raksha Bandhan. Wishes to all, best wishes to all on this day of Raksha Bandhan, to all brothers and sisters in Bharat, India and around world. Quality and safety, important and most significant issues, ever issues you can say, ever existing issues. Topic is field engineering, civil field engineering, quality and quality AnnexSL, COVID-19, safety, health, ergonomics, field health and environment, both, engineer's role, designs, construction, methods, contracts, organizations, communication, coordination, why be behind quality of standard materials and works. Important issues, very important issues. You can see the certificate which says certain competencies, another certificate, another competency, and like this, certain membership certificate, fellow membership. Fellow is a senior member. FI is called fellow. These certificates demand something. You can see this chartered engineer certificates also demand something. Same way, this is registration as professional engineer, enrollment as professional engineer, international or national. Both, all these certificates speak something. It speaks voluminous about requirements to be delivered by professionals here or elsewhere. I don't need to explain all this again and again because you know all what is meaning of this certification. But this is another one that speaks a volume. I have done many revisions to this file. You can say how many revisions formally I have done. I don't know how many otherwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is 10th revision. Whatever comes to my mind, I try to analyze that and further try to explain that to my colleagues, to my friends, to my public people, fellowship within people who are interested to have awareness about quality and safety related health and environment. It's very important fact, though some people accept this fact and some people do not care about. As I said, awareness. Awareness is a word I'm using, but actually it's not awareness. It's a kind of requirement. What do we require? We require in life materials. We require in life actions. We require in life manufactured products. When I say material and manufactured products, both are different. Because manufactured product is a processed one, and otherwise material can be natural also. We can call natural material as material, and we can call manufactured product as material. Both are materials. And in fact, sometimes we consider human being also material. In our language, they say, oh, this person is engineer's material, this person is political material, this person is this material and that material. That's a part of communication, in what way we can represent someone. When we are qualified, we are educated, we are pragmatic, we are well trained, you can say everybody owes certain responsibility to its own society or economy or nation, and also to whole world, because this world itself is a nation. We call it world or earth. It's a nation otherwise, because God did not make divisions on this. God delivered just one earth, and that is where you can say it is a village, it is a nation, or it is a planet, whatever you call it. It's a quality product. Earth is a quality product. It is a product where safety is required, and safety means it's already safe if you don't disturb it. It's safe in a sense, it works well if you just concentrate towards earth. You shall find that, like we take rest, it does not take any rest. You agree with this? It's up to you. This earth works in line to its in charge or its illuminator, that is sun. Sun, which we in our language call king of solar system, or whatever you can call it. There is no democracy system there, don't worry. These work in alliance together, like other planets run by. Earth rotates on its axis throughout without any stoppage. There is no earth stop. There is no bus stop. It goes on moving and completes on its axis one rotation, that is called 24 hours. And also it orbits around sun in a year of 365 days or something, and that's called orbital rotation of earth. Earth, when I say, this means lithosphere plus aerospace around until we reach space. Space is actually, we are also in space, to be very frank. Earth is within space like other planets are within space, so that's different subject. What I am saying is, I am talking of quality and safety. Because it functions like this, there is no chance it will go unsafe. Without wasting any fraction of a second, it works. It has been working, it is working, it shall be working. In line to design done by solar system, in line to design of solar system, thus by universe. And when I say universe, of course God is involved. By whatever name, I am not interested in that. I am interested in power of God, whosoever it be. There is a system that continuously works. Can we as human beings make any such system? Can we make certain such system? No, I don't think so. We are, if you compare work of God to work by human, I think human work doesn't stand anywhere. Comparatively, it is too small to work of God. I am just trying to tell you, we should understand wealth given to system, given to universe by that power, to whom we call superpower. That superpower is perfect in its work, perfect in its design, perfect in its quality. Nobody can deviate from there. Nobody can deviate. And that is what I say. If God is so concerned about safety, health, safety and quality, because there is no deviation, it works on. You can say nature never stops. Various seasons are formed throughout year. Years are converted to further years. That we call years, but for God what word is used, I don't know. God is a type of quality head, it's a type of safety head, it's a type of design head, it's a type of construction head, and it's a type of head in every sphere of life as well as in our body's movement. As human being or as others, we work, I live, you live, everybody lives. Our working doesn't stop. I mean to say, body is working. My body, your body, it never stops, even for a second. Yes, as human being, everybody takes rest. We sleep, we take food, we do everything. That is for purpose of survival and for purpose of refreshing. When we take rest means we want to release our energies, you can say concentrated in our bodies, which give pain. So there is a system and we adopted that. Okay, we take rest 8 hours, 7 hours or 6 hours. It happens. But did you ever notice that sun did not come on duty? Did you ever heard here? Sun did not work, stopped working, it's on vacation. Or sky is on vacation. Or earth is on vacation. Earth has asked everybody, please leave this site. I will be back after 4 days. Did you hear that? Earth instructed everybody, leave this place for a couple of days. I want to take rest. It never did. That is what I can say. That's called dedication to work, commitment to work. Even after being tired, after all, it's also some soul. I don't know which soul is that. We call it Mother Earth. Somebody calls it something else. That is our faith. But when I stress on quality, it is something indifferent, very indifferent. Quality is a system that God has created. So imagine sizes of these planets in this solar system to which we belong to. There may be many hundreds, thousands, millions more existing solar systems about which we do not know anything. It is power of universe or universes. If we call this solar system universe, okay, there may be many more such universes. God has done so much work, we can't even measure, we can't even imagine. Today we are all, can say, in lakhs, in millions, scientists, engineers and others who always express pride, who always claim we have done this, we have done that, we have done research on this, we can reach to Mars, we can reach to Moon, we can reach there. I ask one question. Can we claim that we can construct one more Earth or install that one to solar system? Can we have that much power? Or we say, okay, if not full Earth, we can say part of Earth. Let us say 5 kilometer diameter Earth, 2 kilometer diameter Earth, 1 kilometer diameter Earth. Can we construct that and install that? No way. I don't think so. Because construction itself is very difficult. Yes, you can do something 5 meter diameter, 2 meter diameter, 3 meter diameter. That is toy, very small toy, but they may not be functional. You see power of God, magnitude of its power, quantification of this power. Where is that material? Where is that material source which was used to construct this world, this planet? If you compute using diameter, say 12,500 to 13,000 kilometers on an average, you make it 12,000 or 13,000 kilometers diameter, and find out volume of sphere and similar volumes for other planets as well. Okay, let us take case of Earth itself. You find volume. Where can you get that much volume for material to be collected? Is there some source? Because whatever source we have on Earth, our source is Earth. Our source is lithosphere. When I say lithosphere, means solid part of Earth. And when we say solid part, I mean to say solid part, continental one, and also water body. And when I say Earth, this also includes aerosphere around Earth, lithosphere. So we can say technically or geotechnically, or you can say geologically, Earth equals to lithosphere, means solid plus water body plus aerosphere. Now I'm not here to explain about Earth. You can refer to geological subject and know small structure of Earth. I always tell, I don't tell complete structure because I'm not doctor of geology, applied geology. I'm just an ordinary person. I only know that if you compare Earth to a fruit that's called apple, apple has skin, apple has infrastructure within itself. And we generally compare to that, but it's not necessary. I'm just for explanation purpose referring to that one. We say we have apple or this is crust of earth. When I say lithosphere, it's about 12,500 kilometer diameter approximately, maybe more, maybe less. Then nobody measured actually. So in that first 35 kilometer from sea level down, it's called crust, and then up to, if you go to 3,000 kilometers down, that portion between crust and body of 3,000 kilometer is called mantle. And if you go further down to center of earth, that portion between mantle and center of earth is called core of earth. This we identify just for understanding. God has not identified that. God has left it us. How do we name it? So we named crust plus mantle plus core. Core is innermost and crust is outermost, whereas in between there is mantle. And there are so many layers could be, we do not know. We know only about crust. This is a layer where we see sand, we see soil, we see rocks. And if we go down, we go in sections of mantle. Maybe there are various layers, I don't know. And also then core. As you go down, you will find more dense material. And crust, it's not very dense if you see just at surface. Just think of how could it be manufactured. Just think of how it could be manufactured. What a beauty in manufacturing, what design, which machine was used, which power was used. Nobody can know how it could be designed. It's a point of consideration. When we design one machine in mechanical engineering, we boost a lot. Oh, see, I have produced this machine. I have patent of this machine. I am scientist, I am engineer, I have done this and it's doing this job. It's wonderful. We say that. Can we ever think of Earth as machine, solar system as assembly of various planets? Can we think of sun as big powerhouse? Sun, which gives us that much illumination throughout daytime until we say sun starts, though sun never stops. But we refer, okay, it is sunrise and it is sunset. But it is never sunrise and it's neither sunrise. No, it's never ever. It's only our lithosphere rotation. Okay, this means sun is that source of energy. If it doesn't exist, we shall not get illumination any time. Do you understand that? This means God has taken care of every planet and who are members on that planet, like we people, 8 billion people and other creatures. We are all members till we travel through this planet, and when we leave this planet, maybe we go somewhere else. That's different talk, different topic. Now, we are on this earth for our survival, for our health, for our safety, for our standards making. God has done so much scientific work, so much real work, you should say, rather scientific, it's real work that works, that is sustainable, and that has been working since time this earth was created or this solar system was created. There has been no stop. There could be natural calamities, there can be catastrophes, Despite that, despite that, it has been ongoing and ongoing without any permanent halt. That's a fact. We should understand. Means for our survival, food has been arranged by God through irrigation and cultivation. Air has been arranged, sunlight has been arranged, and system works. If we don't have sun, we have no life. If we don't have water, we have no life. If we don't have soil, we have no life. If we don't have circulation system of rain, there is no life. Means what to say? How can we compare work of God to our work? Well, I think there is no scale that can measure. It's a lot of difference, immense difference. Can we measure distance of Earth to stars? Can we measure distance of Earth to somewhere else which we do not know? We say we know distance between Sun and Earth and distance between Earth and Jupiter and this and that. Well, that is possible because of various instruments we have. Nobody has gone to Sun, nobody has gone to Jupiter, because we mix up everything. This is scientific work, this is engineering work. I'm not saying engineering for what's happened, we study, I'm not talking of that. This is engineering which is unknown. This engineering of construction of or design and construction of solar system and other universes, nobody knows, and they only boast, they only speak this theory, that theory, this theory. Theory means which is just imagination, which is just based on certain hypothesis. And hypothesis, and this is all science work, I am not going to condemn that, but nothing can be proved. God has not given us power to fly, it has given power to birds, it has given power to air. God has not given us power to fly or to move in air. The same thing as flying. And we are not that knowledgeable till now. How can we fly ourselves? Yes, we have invented, manufactured aeroplanes. So much we have done for making life better, dynamic, sustainable and healthy. But also we have destroyed health, we have destroyed air, and we have destroyed waters. And then we say pollution exists. It's our creation. While God gave us every aspect of life, fresh one, we converted that to polluted one. So we are dirty people, we are dirty sons and daughters, we are dirty kids of God who have capacity to spoil everything done good by God. That's why I try always to give you this quality statement, which is called quality approach defined. I always like to amend it, because we have to think and define it, and every level of thinking inputs certain level of redefinition. And so I did it still it's too young, it's not complete, it's not matured yet. We have to consider ourselves, because we are instruments, we are machines which have to be used and which have to help others. Those who are very well educated in science and engineering, they are most responsible people for development of this earth. Knowingly or unknowingly, it doesn't happen as it should be, because there is no plan charted out for that. All works go on haphazardly, and nobody cares for anything. So what I say, quality and SHE, that is safety, health and environment approach requires redefinition. We consider quality as part of life. It should be, but we do not really consider. We consider safety, health and environment part of life, mandatory part of life, because without this we can't live. Okay, quality we leave one side first time. Okay, I can say we forget quality, but what about safety? What about health? What about environment? These are very basic components, these are very big constituents of our life. If we are not physically safe, if we are not physically healthy, and we don't have physical good environment, can we survive? If I am not safe, means I am sick, I am, you can say, I'm not able to understand what should I do, and then it keeps safety endangered. It can keep safety haphazard, on a haphazard, or you can say hazardous situation. If I don't maintain my health, you don't maintain your health, you can't feel happy, you can neither sleep nor awaken all time, you cannot do anything. Because when health is impacted upon, it is a fact that whole body is impacted upon, and whole body means mind is also a part of that body. Soul may also be affected, because soul also, this gives energy to you, but it helps you also to live feeling good, feeling enormously good. But when it is impacted adversely by whatever means, you cannot feel happy that time. And then there is environment within our bodies and minds, environment in atmosphere, environment in society, means different types of environment. One is chemical environment, that is in air, and one is thinking environment, that is within us, and one is environment that is related to all others. What environment we are happy, we are sad, we are communicative, we are not communicative, it depends on that. We have to understand this point clearly. And if we can't understand this point clearly, we can say that, okay, fine, we are in no way going to lead a happy life. Then also related to it is ergonomics, which is very different science, very different science in ourselves, that impact on our physical strength. Physical strength means what energy we have to use for whatever activity. That is very much powerful point. How should we act on any service? How should we walk? How should we sit? How should we carry load? And whatever other way, it's a different science. Use of energy successfully, or what law applies, what energy level you have to use for something, and what's best mode of energy. Quality, safety, health, environment, ergonomics, you can say, and then engineering and sciences. If you combine all this, you can say life is constituted. And don't forget, soul is also a part of life. You can't isolate that, though it's different one, but soul is reality. No soul means no body, no strength, no health, no environment, no quality, no system, no metal, nothing. If today your soul is weak, everything is weak. Your soul is what actually? We can't see it, we can't feel it. Soul is will, W-I-L-L. Will, a kind of determination, a kind of decided commitment, a kind of dedicate to work, a kind of level of sincerity, a kind of working rigidity. You can say that's soul. Soul cannot be considered like religious people consider, or some scientists who study this soul they consider, because it's up to you. It is within yourself, it is without yourself. Soul exists everywhere. Soul means connection chain to that power. It's not simple physical or biological body or constituents. It is electricity. It is electromagnetism. That's much more powerful than our physical electricity or physical system. Physical system of electric supply distribution can give you shock only. It can kill you also. But this soul cannot give you shock. It can solve your shock. It can extract impurities from your body. It can change your body. Soul can change your mind. Soul can change your knowledge. Soul can change everything. Soul talks to you. This means it is not soul, it is natural representation, universal representation that talks to you. Everybody talks to its soul, but everybody does not realize that talk is going on. It goes on all time. Sometime you feel something has come to you and you have realized something, that I was thinking this problem, I was not understanding to solve it, but immediately you solve it now. So what I say, quality, safety, health, environment, ergonomics, required everywhere. It is required everywhere. Everywhere and in every activity in life and in engineering, these are certainly must. These are certainly must. Question is it right? You may accept, you may not accept. It's up to you. Nobody can force you, because this is your power, your strength, your property, your character, your approach. What do you do in your life? But remember, quality and safety, let us consider quality and safety together, or we can consider them separately. It doesn't make a difference, because quality is also required in safety. Quality is also a requirement for safety. What level of safety you have, what's the standard of your safety, that's also called quality of safety or quality in safety. And quality also we call sometimes. So required everywhere. What is quality? Quality is required, safety is required, health is required, environment is required. Required everywhere and in every activity in life and in engineering. These are certainly must. And question is it right? That is, answer is question plus yes or no. One of two, yes or no. Tell us. Don't tell me. Tell yourself. Tell your mind. Tell your soul. Tell yourself. Talk to yourself. Ask yourself. Now answer is no way out. No way out. There is no way you can come out of that issue. And without quality, without safety, health and environment, nothing can work. That's also a fact. If you don't understand quality, you cannot work. You will work your way haphazardly, and that would not give you anything. That would not give you anything. If you have a program to make some chapati, roti, you have to know how much quantity or what quantity of this wet powder or stuff, you can dry stuff, flour, atta, you have to take, and what quantity of water you have to add into that ratio proportion. And these two items, flour and water, mixing itself is a ratio. That's a part of quality. And how you have to blend it, how you have to mix it, convert to stuff, working stuff that has, you can say, workability. Just like we say in concrete, that concrete should be workable. Similarly, your roti stuff, it should be workable. It should work into that stiffness, that level of, you can say, either soft or very flexible. It can be blended into some stuff and then rolled over your, what you call it, round table or chakla you call it. That's a part of quality. You can define that. What should be its strength, what should be stiffness. It should be very soft or it should not be very soft. You are going to cook chapati or you are going to cook paratha or you are to something, we do that. Or you have to fry it in cauldron for producing puri. So that is quality of cooking. Same way when we make tea, we consider ratio of water and ratio how much how many teaspoon tea leaves you have to add and what level of sugar you have to keep. Also quantity of milk and up to what time you have to boil it. That's also a kind of ratio proportioning of all these related going to be cohesive ingredients into a form of chapati or tea. Just examples. So this is quality. We may not understand that. And if somebody says, how do you think this tea? Oh, it's good, tasty. We say tasty and finish it. Though it's not question of consuming tasty. Consistency of that is important. Is it drinkable? Is it potable? Do you feel energetic? All these points come into this. So that's what we defined. From each and quantity of water, what it gives you, quantity of tea leaves, how do you feel this is that you may relate to test. Sugar you may relate to test, less sugar or more sugar or no sugar. Likewise, boiling status, when you do go boiling and boiling and boiling repeatedly, you will say it's getting different kind of viscosity. Sometimes palatable, sometimes beautiful, you can say delicious. It depends. So I'm just giving an example. Same way, when you are cooking, you have to be safe. Safe of what? You are using a kind of furnace. You are using some furnace for oven, you can say oven, thermal oven or your electric oven. Whatever you are using, you have to keep safe yourself. It should not explode, it should not burst. Or you may be using tandoor type oven. It depends upon what level of temperature you are cooking in, what level you are in room temperature is. Are you using fan at that time or no? This all is related to quality requirements. You have to be safe at that time. So you say, I use gas, I use two chulas or one chulas, I use electrical connection for my work. I should be safe, my cylinder should be safe, my room should be safe, it should not be very heated up, there should be no smoke in room. You use in that case, you can use either extract fan or exhaust fan, or use chimney or fume cupboard, whatever you can say. And how your health shall be if you take this food, you take it hot, you take it cold. These are your choices, your requirements. What do you define yourself to achieve this? Some people like hot drink, some people like cold drink, some people like hot food, some people like cold food, some people drink chilled water, some people drink normal water, some people drink boiled water. Depends. But it is your specification. There is no mandate on that. But remember, points are quality and safety are important spheres of our life. These are imaginary spheres which can be felt, which can be understood, which can be defined, and without these, nothing can work. That's what I can say. So we can say SHE, that is safety, health and environment, is very first consideration on every activity, on every project and on every operation, supported by ergonomics. Again I said ergonomics, I understand it differently. I consider ERG as unit of energy, measurement energy, and economics, you can say, economics, you may say, it is a combination of two, could be, and you can say unit of energy and economics. How do you use energy that you have within your body, economically or optimally, you can say, to production or to whatever services you are doing, provided it should not impact on your energy, body energy, because you have limited energy and that cannot be, you can say, abused, because you have to do all activities, and if you are going to abuse this, you will waste your energy. In that case, you may not be successfully completing all those planned acts which you did for that day or that whatever time. So we have to understand this point. Safety is related to health, health is related to environment, or environment relates to health, health relates to safety, and all are every activity in life is related to ergonomics, or you can say what way we use our internal energies as well as physical energies. Therefore, we can say safety, health, and environment, abbreviated as SHE, claims that if safety is conducted, if we maintain safety, work accordingly, all time, on every activity in life, on job or without on job, being on job, in home, or wherever you are, if you conduct safety positively, what happens? And also, if safety is ignored, what happens? These are very basic points. Everybody can understand. There is no way that we cannot understand this. It's really wonderful if we understand this in a constructive way, that to help ourselves, help others, help work, help development, and enjoy in mind, not just jokingly or you can say talkingly, but a real enjoyment in your mind, in your soul, that you achieve some patience from that, you achieve some level of satisfaction or contentment from that. I think contentment is more important here to be used, because something has gone into yourself and something has come out of yourself. So if we say, if safety is ignored, what happens? You know what happens. Therefore, we usually say, if you are safe, you work safely, you shall never see any pain. And if you are careless, you are not safety oriented, in that case, this is case of no safety, and when there exists no safety, certainly you shall know pain. So as you can see this written here, no safety is an underline, you can see no safety, no pain, and no safety, no pain. This applies very well to everybody. You may be top rich, or you may be bottom rich, or you may be too poor. It applies to everybody. It applies to every machine. It applies to every equipment. It applies to all acts, all matters in life. Safety for human, safety for machine, safety for all actions. This is very important. So we can simply say in a few words, no safety, no pain. If machine is safe, machine will not burn by electrical supply or over voltage. If it has certain controls, it will not give you losses. Same, your machine is your body. So no safety, no pain, and no safety, no pain. So you understand this very well. Now quality has to be complied with. It has to be complied with. You cannot say no, I don't comply. If you say no, I don't comply, then you are in different world. You don't understand what is quality. Quality has to be complied with. There is no way we can say no. Quality has to be complied with defined requirements. Whom? With defined requirements. These requirements nobody wrote for you. Maybe some specialist writes for you, or you are yourself a specialist. You are your specialist, you can write for yourself. Quality has to be complied with defined requirements, and what are requirements? That decision lies on you. You have to decide what is your requirement. If you want to buy a car, you have certain requirements. First requirement, what budget do you have? Then within that budget, what you can get in that car. So that's requirement. Your requirement is basic, but as far as car is concerned, basic requirement is it has to move. You have to use it as transport. And nothing more than that. That is basic, elementary, fundamental requirement. But on that there are many other supplementary requirements, comfort giving requirements. That is different. That's not basics one. As far as your car moves perfectly, your original requirement is over. After that you have different requirements. That's called hunger of requirements or thirst of requirements. During that travel you want to get every facility. You want to say my seats of car are very comfortable, should be very comfortable. I should have steering control. condition car, it should run up to 150 km per hour or 200 km per hour. That is supplementary requirement. Actually, that's not requirement. That is, you can say, extra vajanza. Because every requirement incorporated or included within system of car driving, that leads to endangering, that leads to only jeopardizing your journey, because your concentration can be impacted upon. Your focus on driving can go away. You may view tunneling effect while driving, and that tunneling effect, when your focus is just, oh, car maybe 150 km per hour is doing, but you feel it's only 80 km per hour. That's called this tunneling effect. You don't realize actually with what speed, because you are used to that. When you drive a car, you see, if you see side, you will see the earth is moving or you are moving. But in front, you don't feel. Even you drive at 150 km, you feel something. Okay, something. So what I say, we have to comply with requirement. Just like you can say, if you, whatever rated your car is, whatever rated your machine is, if you go beyond that, it shall definitely be warned early. It shall be out of service early. So within work specifications, whatever specifications we designed or we assumed and produced, that those specifications must be complied with. Specification is correct word, because it is definitely, it is a part of quality system. Quality means a part is specification, another part is compliance with that specification, and third part is review of the specifications. Does it match your requirement? Maybe you have used substandard specification or you have used over specification. Both are acceptable as far as it works. Quality ranges in elaborations. Quality ranges in elaborations, that is it, detail writing, explanatory notes, as much as can be explained, that is called elaborations. Quality ranges in elaborations depending on indicative descriptions and their access. It says quality ranges in elaboration depending on indicative descriptions and their access. There exists no unlimited scope of quality. There exists no unlimited scope of quality criteria to be carried out. There is a limit. What I mean to say, if you describe something, I want to test this in this way, I want to test your product, this is my testing criteria, I will conduct this test, this test, this test. It may not be full range test, it may be 25% full range test. Full range, when I say there is no more requirement, it's complete range. For example, when we submit to laboratory some sample of soil that we are going to use in this building for whatever purpose, that soil can be tested. There are so many parameters required to be tested for soil consistency. There may be 20 parameters, 15 parameters, 10 parameters, depending on material. If we conduct or test all properties of that material, it's called full range. If we conduct only reliable parameters, that's not full range, that's part range. So we say no unlimited scope of quality criteria. There is no unlimited, there is a limit. Which work you are going to do, what is purpose of that work, what is objective of that work, what is your plan for that, means how much use you want to do that. All these factors decide about what level of quality should be involved. Some work may not be that important, so you cannot completely say no, I have to spend money on quality, but basic points should be completely consistent. That is important. So we can say no unlimited scope of quality criteria exists. There is to be carried out something which you decide for objective, for focus, for which you are working. Just like there are so many types of cameras, it depends upon which camera is best for you. There are so many types of, you can say, works or plans that you can do. Your options, out of those options you have to select best option for you, which comes within budget and within complying with whatever quality criteria you define. And there's no future if no quality persists. That's true. Future, present, past. What do we say? Oh, in past I was this, I did this, I got that, I got this. That is past. You can only imagine. You can't even catch it. You can talk of that. But present is, you can say, a result of past. What you did in past, you are there in future. If you did nothing in past, you can do it in present. You can learn it. Present is learning, present is doing work, present is working, present is, setting targets, present is usable for making future. So most powerful is present, because past cannot be brought back, it cannot be retrieved except for experiences that we get in past. Past can be a teacher, past can be a warrior, but past cannot be a practical achiever. We cannot meet past. We have to enter future, but we don't know what future is. But one point is clear, that if we enter future, we must do something in present, and present is what we are talking of. What we are in present, that has to be multiplied. If it works, that has to be given efficiency, that has to be attended with application of research and operations. So we can say no future exists if no quality persists. I did not write exists here, no problem, you can amend it next time. No future if no quality persists. This means whatever future we want to see, we want to have, we want to use, there must be required quality within that work which we do, and its specified requirements must be met. And again I say, either somebody else specify, or I specify, or you specify. That is called limit of quality requirement. If you go beyond that, means quality varies, and if you do same without any liability, it can be said that that is some value you have added to your own quality system, your own quality approach. You have enriched that one. So no future if no quality persists, and its specified requirements must be met. Engineers must realize. Why I say engineers? Because generally engineers are responsible for making development. Engineers are responsible for working on projects. Engineers are responsible for operating whatever delivered project or operational unit. You can call it factory, you can call it industry, you can call it facilities plant, you can call it some mobile system of railways, airplane, airlines, whatever you say was working somewhere directly as well as indirectly. Engineers are involved. Engineers are of all classes, all subdivisions: design engineer, site engineer, planning engineer, safety engineer, this engineer, that engineer, and this engineer. So we can say engineer term is different. It is not a question of status. Even if you don't give any status to engineer, engineer shall not die. Engineering still lives, because you cannot move without engineers. You may not value them, it is different. But you need a bus, you need a car, you need a cycle, you need cooking, you need kitchen, you need house, you need everything. Where shall it come from? It shall come from engineering only, no other way. You may not recognize, but it's your need. And it doesn't matter even, for example, you have to eat vegetable. It's your need, it's requirement. You can't take food if you don't have vegetable. So that is basic requirement. There is also some engineer. You don't know that. When you eat food, you never think who did it. There's another agriculture engineer, there is. Agricultural associate, there is. To whom we call farmer. Name is farmer, okay, because that person does farming, we say farmer. But that person applies technology. There is irrigation technology. There is, cropping technology. There is a method for that. There's a time limit for that. Every crop is different. Every season is different. Every seed is different. Every fertilizer is different, and quantity of water required for that purpose is different. Just like we consider quantity of water in concreting, curing, same way here we say farming is a kind of profession because of it's called culture, agriculture, green culture, crop culture. It's a long process, and whoever is involved there independently or with full confidence or full technology, that can be called farm engineer or agriculture engineer. That's why engineer is not a general term, it's a specific term. We can call farm engineer, agriculture engineer, architect engineer, civil engineer, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, IT engineer, aeronautics engineer, space engineer. Means wherever you consider to get something in, engineers must realize quality, because you are a community of responsible people. You are not a community of status, you are not a community of money, you are a community of representing development. You have to represent yourself for development, and when you represent yourself for development, sincerity, you represent yourself as superpower of God, because it is you who got that knowledge, which is God's knowledge. Construction is always God's knowledge. Development is always God's knowledge, because here you use mind, you use calculations, you need theories, you need physics, you need chemistry, and you need every aspect of life. When you become an engineer doesn't mean that you must have one degree and you can be called engineer. That is very, very common. Engineer means what can you do for your discipline or for others' discipline? How can you combine with them? How can you coordinate with them? How can you move with them? Engineers must realize quality facts. Must realize. You don't do any obligation on someone. It's your job. And job is dharma, job is religion. I consider job and activity my religion. I don't consider biological faith religion, like Hindu, like Muslim, like Christian, like this, like that. That's not my business. Engineer, as engineer, I'm a religious person as engineer. Engineering can be called religion because you use it for development, for human development, for education development, for health development, for governance development, for life development, for everything. Engineers must realize quality facts, and in particular those civil engineers who are originator of engineering, you can say civil engineers have to change, must change. That is also a requirement that civil engineers should change. And if civil engineers doesn't do that, from first stage of whatever budget is planned for, civil engineers have to change quality aspect of society, or else you can say quality cannot exist. And if quality cannot exist, how can engineers exist? Quality cannot exist. Just like you think, oh, if I don't pray today, I will have some impact. Maybe God thinks bad for me. That's your thought, your contemplation. But here, you do bad, you will not get good quality. And if you don't get good quality, you are failed. you are unsuccessful. Quality cannot exist means your profession cannot exist, you cannot exist, engineers cannot exist. Systems quality, systems, when we say there are many systems in this world, many work systems, philosophical systems, engineering systems, medical systems, and there are systems in every system. Systems quality to be devised, it is to be devised and achieved. It is to be devised and achieved. And broken system means broken life, linked to broken system. We have system, but we don't understand its integrity. We don't understand its circuit. And we say, I have done system. I have not tried that. I must try that. And system keeps on changing. You have to change it or alter it to meet its requirement, to have focus that you kept in mind. You can say systems quality to be devised or designed and achieved according to your requirement, according to your goal. And if it breaks, system breaks, what happens? Life breaks. Life breaks means that is because of your bad design of system or bad implementation of that system. Professionals, individual, working capacity, quality. When we talk of development, we talk of engineering, we talk of similarity. Professional comes into picture. Professionals come into picture. Here professionals are engineers because it is development. Development for people. It's not IT. IT is support. So we say professionals, individuals, working capacity, quality to be amended. What work can one do? What best can one do? We have to take that into consideration. Time is different. Non-computer time doesn't exist. Computers are playing role and accuracy is more important. Quantification has become easy. Yes, it takes time to feed in data within computer to computer, but that also is moving fast. Previously we had to calculate manually. Now manually is almost gone. It doesn't exist. So we can say our working capacity has increased or quality has decreased. This should be in proportion actually. Working capacity has increased because there is no requirement of any calculations now. Calculation is automatic. It's automatic everywhere, whether you use calculator or use software. Professionals, individual working capacity, quality to be amended from time to time, and one must be forced to amend its quality for obtaining reliability by additional learning and due teaching. You learn something, it's welcome step, but you have to teach also, which is also welcome step, because due teaching is also your responsibility. Teaching, taking classes or learning, both are time requirement. Mind works very fast if it is developed, and when mind works, even electricity fails in a sense. It takes few seconds, even light is on to connect to your loudspeaker. So what I say, professionals, individual working capacity, quality to be amended from time to time, and one must be forced to amend its quality for obtaining reliability by additional learning, due teaching, and by additional knowledge dissemination. Relevant element or product defined quality to be achieved. What is requirement? What we have to achieve? First is additional knowledge dissemination we have to do. That's also a kind of education. Post-degree education, dissemination of whatever knowledge we have, which is more than what was expected or which is more than what is existing. So knowledge dissemination is one of parts, one of methods. Then we have to define what is this element for, our product for. So we have to define what level of quality we have to achieve, and that must also be well defined. So we can say relevant element or product defined quality to be achieved. Individuals required attitude quality to be streamlined. So what we have to do? Knowledge dissemination, defined quality achievement. You have to achieve whatever you have defined for that product. And as an individual, what is required is streamline quality. Don't change all time. It should go on as it is. That means individuals required attitude quality to be streamlined. And we can say individuals' dedication to work to be applied on actions. Individuals' dedication to work to be applied on actions. Don't shy, accept some name is coming, and reserve it for your use. So individuals' dedication to work to be applied on actions, and we can say work commitment to be made and fulfilled. Work commitment to be made and fulfilled for delivery. All other parameters to deal with quality requirements. All other parameters to deal with quality requirements. Design of structures and others must be made decisive, safe, qualitative, and must be reliable for prosecution. All stages designs being significant, but merely design does alone not suffice. And in between, because I am going to have some break here, I will give you a file that you can say road safety vehicles. So let us take this. As you say, we can just a little you have to study this. I connect this file to you also when I come back, because this is also very useful. You have to use it. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, you bear with me this. Just maybe a couple of minutes only, because I have to go up and come down. It's also a requirement.